Short story 156, The New Neighbour. London was busy, as always. Rain pattered on the windowpane of Amelia's flat. She sat at her small kitchen table, sipping tea and looking out at the street below. She lived alone, and sometimes the evenings felt quiet. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed from next door. Amelia jumped, spilling a drop of tea on her hand. "Oh dear," she muttered, dabbing at the spot with a napkin. Curiosity piqued, she walked to the wall shared with her neighbour's flat. Through the thin wall she could hear muffled voices. One sounded young and energetic, the other gruff and older. "Careful, careful," the young voice exclaimed. "This painting is heavy." Amelia pressed her ear closer. "Don't worry about it, lad," the gruff voice replied. "Just put it anywhere. We'll sort it later." Amelia felt a pang of sympathy for the young man. Moving was stressful, and it didn't sound like he was getting much help. A few moments later there was another loud bump, followed by a groan. This was it, Amelia decided. She couldn't ignore it any longer. Taking a deep breath, she walked to her front door and opened it. Across the hallway, her new neighbour was standing outside his open flat, rubbing his elbow with a grimace. He was tall and thin, with messy brown hair and kind eyes. "Hello there," Amelia said, offering a small smile. "I'm Amelia from next door." The young man looked up, surprised. "Oh, hello, I'm Ben." He gestured vaguely at the open flat behind him. "Just moving in, you see." Amelia could see boxes piled high and furniture haphazardly thrown against the walls. "Looks like a lot of work," she said kindly. "You could say that," Ben chuckled, wincing slightly. "Would you believe I dropped a box full of books on my foot?" Amelia couldn't help but laugh. "Well, welcome to the building, Ben. Moving is never easy." "Thanks," Ben said gratefully. "It would be nice to have a friendly face around here." "Speaking of friendly," Amelia glanced at his flat. "Do you need a hand with anything?" Ben looked at the chaos behind him, then back at Amelia's hopeful face. He hesitated for a moment. "Actually, that would be amazing, if you don't mind." Amelia beamed. "Not at all. Let's get started." For the next 2 hours, Amelia and Ben worked together. She helped him lift boxes, carry furniture, and even straighten a crooked picture frame. They talked as they worked, learning about each other's lives. Ben was a musician, just starting his career in London. Amelia worked as a librarian, with a passion for old movies. As the last box was unpacked and the room was finally in some order, Amelia looked around in satisfaction. "There you go, Ben, all sorted." Ben grinned. "Wow, Amelia, you're a lifesaver. I don't know what I would have done without you." "It was no trouble at all," Amelia replied. "Besides, it was nice to meet someone new." Ben gestured to the open fridge. "How about I celebrate my new flat with a drink? Would you like to join me?" Amelia looked at the clock. It was late, but she was having a good time. "Why not?" she said with a smile. They spent the evening chatting over tea and biscuits. Ben played Amelia some of his music, and Amelia shared stories of her favourite classic films. When it was finally time for Amelia to leave, she felt a warmth in her chest that she hadn't felt in a long time. "Thanks again for everything, Amelia," Ben said, walking her to the door. "It was my pleasure," she replied, "and welcome to the neighbourhood, Ben." With a friendly wave, Amelia returned to her flat. The rain had stopped and the moon was shining brightly through the window. She smiled to herself. Maybe London nights wouldn't be so quiet anymore. Vocabulary notes. Pattered, verb, made a quiet, repeated tapping sound. Rain on the window. Piqued, verb, aroused someone's curiosity or interest. Muffled, adjective, made quieter or less distinct by being covered or surrounded by something. Voices through the wall. Gruff, adjective, sounding harsh or unfriendly, older voice. Pang, noun, a sudden feeling of sadness or sympathy. Grimace, noun, a facial expression of pain or disgust. Ben rubbing his elbow. Haphazardly, adverb, done without much care or planning, furniture thrown against the walls. Beamed, verb, smiled broadly and happily. Gratefully, adverb, in a way that shows appreciation for something that someone has done for you. Chaotic, adjective, completely disordered and confusing, state of Ben's flat. Crooked, adjective, not straight or level, picture frame. Satisfaction, noun, a feeling of contentment that comes from achieving something. Lifesaver, noun, someone who helps you in a difficult situation. Celebrated, verb, marked a special occasion with food, drink, or other activities. Warmth, noun, a pleasant feeling of friendliness or happiness. Story written by Google Bard AI. Image created by desgo.com AI. Please check out my new blog at www.steveuk.blog. Thank you.